I want to look at a little bit more recently the pandemic and what happened right after that, because a lot of the things that we're talking about, I've only been here 10 years, and it's very different today than a decade ago for me. Was there anything about the pandemic in particular that you noticed, Walt, that really changed the fabric of this city and who's here?
Well, I was, when the pandemic happened, I remember I had one really tough time in my career, and it was the Great Recession, the 2008, 2010 era, and, had some business issues then. When COVID hit, I thought, it's over. So I was actually sitting in my office with a big whiteboard of how do we survive, how to have 35 souls in the office, and we can't work anymore, and what's going to happen. And looking at, business and, people like, I don't know if I'm going to continue that project. And then 2 months, 3 months later, all of a sudden the phone's ringing, with people with masks on, still talking and wanting to do this. So it was just odd that what I thought might have been a catastrophe for development and architecture, really 3 to 6 months later became the opposite. And I'm not sure really how that, once we knew we were past the real danger of COVID, we just started seeing things happen. And our phones were ringing off the hook. We got extremely busy again. And I think that, and I don't know what that really did to maybe the mindset of people of, if I'm going to build my, big new home, I might better do it now, or if I'm going to do this building, I might better do it before the world ends. I don't know, but it did change, and it seemed to accelerate as soon as the big danger was over, development, throughout this region and other places where we work.
Yeah, jump right in.
Quickly on that question. I noticed in the law firm, the same fear for a couple of days, but then the clients call with these crazy questions like, do I have to pay the rent, during COVID because people aren't going in, and then hundreds of legal questions. So we were busier than before because of that. But then what did real estate look like now because of then? Suddenly we got people renovating their houses by the tens of thousands, and all the merchants and all the contractors are fixing up the existing homes in ways they should have done 20, 30, 40 years before for them and their family and now their business. And the office buildings had, and then I'll close, a flight to quality, meaning they'd go to their employees and they'd say, I want you to stay, and they say, I'm not staying. What if I built you this amenity? What if I did this? What if I relocated the office nearer to you? So it was a flight to quality, meaning that the good guys, to keep the good guys and girls employed, went out and did the right thing with the new office building, the new locations, and the nature of the beast that is commercial real estate, even out of COVID, as a surprise from what could have been the devastation.
Yeah, you have to jump in here with the real estate perspective.
Well, I'll talk about it from a young, ambitious person's perspective. This is a pretty young crowd. Maybe, I don't know if is there a particular industry that this crowd, are y'all real estate oriented? Everything, right?
Everything, all over the place, right?
But I think you all will probably share my experience through COVID. And Jeff and I actually argued a little bit about this on the show. My position on COVID for a young person was, in terms of a growth, right? COVID took what would have probably happened in 5 or 8 years and shrunk it down to like 6 to 12 months. And for young people, and I can speak from this from a real estate perspective, as I'm buying property, so I flip houses, I've bought commercial property, I've owned luxury homes and Section 8 homes and everything in between. There was a massive shift in real estate value that happened that left a lot of us behind. So when I was looking to buy a home this summer, what I paid this summer was literally at least double what I would have paid pre-COVID. And COVID was only, I guess now, almost 5 years ago. Crazy. It's not that much time. I might be wrong, but like 1982 to like 1987, there probably wasn't like 150% increase in real estate, right? No. So I think for young people, right, 20 years, much longer period of time. I think for young people, the challenge is that quick acceleration. I just feel like a lot of us got left behind. You got to pull your bootstraps up and do what you got to do. I don't think there's anything we can necessarily do to mitigate that. We kind of are where we are. We have a lot more people living here. But I think that's something not a lot of people are talking about, is how young people have had such a hard challenge as real estate has appreciated so much. There's neighborhoods in Tampa that are up 200%, 250%. So,
Hey guys, if you want to watch the full episode of this clip, click right here. Make sure to subscribe by clicking right here. Thank you for watching.